Time for your PFF position rankings on the defensive interior. We got full breakdowns on all these guys as part of your PFF Draft Guide, PFF Edge, or Elite Package. Go and check it out. Defensive interior, Mike, one of the stronger positions in the draft, especially at the top. I'm going to cut it off right now. We have 6 guys with potential first-round grades. Let's break it down, starting with Quinnen Williams. He's our clear number 1 at the top.
Yeah, if you're putting anyone else over Quinnen Williams, you're overthinking it. I mean, he was as good as it gets in college football, not just this year, what we've seen over the past 6 years of our grading, highest grade of any interior defender, in his only season of college football as a redshirt sophomore. I mean, the athleticism's off the charts, the production's off the charts. You're going to get a good football player, don't overthink it.
As we always say, our defensive line stuff translates really well to the next level because it just tracks a whole bunch of one-on-one interactions. And the more you win, the better off you are at the next level. He won more than anybody over the last couple of years, top run defense grade, and tied for the number 1 pass rush grade last year among all interior defensive linemen. And that might surprise some people to see Jerry Tillery as number 2, but he's the one who tied Quinnen in pass rush grade at 92.5 last year.
Yeah, and Tillery is almost in the same boat as Quinnen in terms of extremely good pass rush grade, extremely productive as a pass rusher already. I mean, ideal height, size for the position, 6'6", 295 pounds, and then tested out freakishly athletically, had the same 10 time as Quinnen Williams. Great 3-cone, great short shuttle. I mean, he has all that in his toolbox. There's not much to dislike about Tillery as well. That's why we have him as our number 2 guy.
Check out the full Tillery profile here on the YouTube channel. We compare him to Chris Jones. A lot of good similarities there. I think we throw an asterisk here. Jeffrey Simmons at 3. That's a bad asterisk. But injury, off-field concerns. He's a guy that's – is that better? Nice work. He could be number 2 on this list easily if we didn't have those concerns. He's maybe right up there with Quinnen as far as being able to stop the run and rush the passer.
Yeah, as productive as he was as a true sophomore, and then again as a junior this past season. Again, we don't have a lot of question marks with him besides the ACL injury on the field. Him getting healthy, once he is back healthy, he's a top 10 player in this class. Power, about as powerful as any of these defensive linemen on this list, and as young as he is to be as powerful. I mean, it's going to translate to the next level. He uses his hands really well and can play any position along the defensive line.
That's what I love, yeah.
With his size, with his length, with his skill set, could basically line up anywhere in any defense, so pretty much any team could use him.
A lot of versatility there with Simmons. Ed Oliver, the other big name, sitting there at 4. Undersized, quickness. I mean, he moves like a linebacker, moves like a safety, really. The question is, pass rush production, only 1 year of good grading. Will that translate at the next level?
Yeah, you're betting on all those traits, all that athleticism, taking a few more steps more because he's not ready as it is right now. He's not a guy whose pass rushing moves are existent whatsoever. I mean, he had a bull rush kind of, and then a few other, he did attempt some stuff, but it just was not, he won basically purely on athleticism, which you just don't see a lot of guys get by with that at the NFL level. You have to have a little bit more, but I trust the fact that he did not have the best coaching at Houston. I mean, you even look at him in his stance. That needs to be fixed day 1 there, and he wasn't in the best situation in terms of playing on the nose every snap.
Right.
Put him at 3 technique, give him some seasoning. I think you're going to get a good player still down the road.
If you're interested in Oliver, or if your team might be drafting Oliver, check out our breakdowns on him. We really get into the details of why the PFF grades may have been less favorable from a pass rushing standpoint. And then the 2 Clemson guys, Christian Wilkins, Dexter Lawrence, completely different players. You have 340-pounder Dexter Lawrence. He can stop the run like most of these 340-pound nose tackles, but he gets after the quarterback enough that we put him in the first round.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only question mark for Lawrence on the field when he's playing, I don't have a ton of question marks. I think he will translate at only 21 years old to be as strong and productive as he was all 3 years at Clemson. Is a big, tick mark in his favor. The only thing is, can he play third downs? Can he play 800 snaps to recoup your value that you're going to be taking in the first round? Because if he's only on the field 500 snaps and they're all run defense snaps, that's just not going to be impactful.
He's more valuable in the second or third round here. And Wilkins just solid all around, plays the run really well, similar to Oliver. And we wanted to see a little bit more from a pass rush standpoint. We saw it last year, but 23 years old. I think, again, late first, early second, you're just getting a solid player.
Yeah, very powerful man, prodigious strength, 315 pounds, love his ability to maybe even play the nose tackle. I know Lawrence sort of had that role locked, but he would move in there at times. Love his ability to play the nose tackle at the next level and also play 3 downs. I'd rather he be on the field 3 downs at 315 pounds than Dexter Lawrence at 340. So you like the fact that it's going to translate in terms of 800, 900 snaps. I think he could be productive on.
The next round of guys, we have Kalen Saunders from Western Illinois FCS school as a second-round player, 320 pounds, moves extremely well, and played edge defender at times at Western Illinois.
53 snaps off the outside shoulder of offensive tackles at 324 pounds. Probably shouldn't have been, but the fact that they even put him there and had that idea should just tell you how athletic he is. He's a freak in his own right, can penetrate. I think teams that are more one-gap penetrating that need that sort of nose tackle, he's going to be your guy.
Fantastic Senior Bowl, and that was important for him, showing against better competition. Draymond Jones, a little bit disappointing that he came in around 280 pounds because the grading's been fantastic. He gets up the field extremely well. He's one of those three technique penetrators in this class that you want, but is he just a designated pass rusher at the next level? That's the big question.
I was going to say, he is more tweener than versatile at this point because he played three technique exclusively in that Ohio State defense, and at 281 pounds, you're just going to struggle to hold up there snap after snap in run defense, facing double teams. You might only be on the field obvious passing situations, but with how advanced he is in using his hands as a pass rusher, I still like him to be productive in said situations.
We see the rest of these guys as maybe some day two guys, but mostly rolling into day three, right? So Greg Gaines, especially on day three, if you just want that two-down run stopper, that's Greg Gaines.
That's where it makes sense.
He's a throwback, old-school run defender. Anybody else in that 10 to 15 range that stands out to you?
I will say Kingsley Keke is interesting to me because he played, I'd say, out of position at Texas A&M. He was a guy who played a lot off the outside shoulder of offensive tackles. He was a defensive end there for them much of his career. Would kick inside at times, but he came in around 290 pounds, which is good size for a three technique at the combine. And at the Senior Bowl, he had the highest win rate, highest pass rushing grade in the one-on-ones, really dominated that week in a role that he really didn't play at Texas A&M. So if he is your three technique at the next level, I think he has more pass rushing skills than basically anyone after this group of 8 right here. So anyone in this group that you're getting day, maybe third round or lower, he's probably my guy to have at the top of that list in terms of pass rush.
And keep an eye on Amaron Watts from Arkansas. He showed up in a lot of our metrics as far as just pure pass rush situations. He showed up well. And Tristan Hill from UCF, other good PFF grading, could be a nice little day three type of player. So there you have it. It's our interior defensive line rankings, of course, for the statistical breakdown on all these guys. PFF Draft Guide, all part of your PFF Edge or Elite package.